Let me just say, it is a very good morning. It's a beautiful morning. It's around about 7:30 in the morning. Yeah, it's 7:27. Look, you can't. You can't see that, can you? It's that into focus slightly at the bottom of the screen. Is it like a? Hang on. It's all pink and orange in the distance over there. It's a beautiful morning. It's frightfully cold. It's so cold, in fact, that there's frost on the windows of every car that I see, and if it was able to snow this morning, it would probably settle, you know, which means there'd be no change to difference, there'd be no difference to how it is now, really, because I'd be surrounded by snowflakes. Now, I'm going to talk about constant snowflakery this morning, how people are constantly offended by everything. And yesterday, I think, hit a new low for people being offended by what I say. See, I like my conspiracies, I like science fiction, I like space exploration and, this, that, and the other, and what have you. So I took it upon myself at some point last year to join a group on Facebook known as MUFON. A lot of you may be aware of who MUFON are. A lot of you won't know who MUFON are. All I'm going to say is Google it because I'm not going into the ins and outs of who MUFON are. MUFON. All I'm going to say is that the snowflakes have infiltrated MUFON. They have. They have. And all because I commented on a really good post, actually, on Facebook. And it was basically a post, an illustration of a supermassive black hole and how big our entire solar system is compared to the supermassive black hole, I believe, at the center of our galaxy, the Milky Way. And you look at this illustration and you see a tiny dot in the center. And that tiny dot is how big our entire solar system is. So I jokingly thought to myself, I'll just comment on this saying it's still not as big as Uranus. Great big man child of me, I know. It's such a bad thing for me to have a sense of humor. But all I did about a week and a half ago, not even that, about a week ago, was comment on it saying it's still not as big as Uranus. And I had a notification yesterday from MUFON saying that my comment on that post has been removed. Give me one sec, I need to post this letter. There we go. Yes. So MUFON contacted me and said, look, we've removed your comment on this post. So I messaged them. I contacted MUFON and I said to them, I said, look, why have you removed that comment? It's a funny comment on what was otherwise a very good original post. I've got a lot of respect for this page and what you do and the open-mindedness on it. And because I decided to have a sense of humor, you decided to remove it. And they messaged me back, it was last night they messaged me back. Apparently, their system, because they said their system, has, oh, I love this. Bearing in mind it told me that an admin removed it, all right? It says their system flagged up the word Uranus. Uranus, you know, the planet? Their system flagged it up and their system automatically removed it because apparently their system has the capacity to look at an entire sentence and see that it says it's still not as big as Uranus. You see, I tell you what their system is. It's called Facebook. I have Facebook. For some unknown reason, Chris's Real Talk is still active on Facebook, but I don't use it because it won't delete. But, if I don't like something, I don't remove it. It's there for everyone to see. That's fine. That's what I do it for the conversation and the arguing and this, that, and the other. But since when was saying something was as big as Uranus that offensive? I mean, really, I'm surrounded by snowflakes. Someone clearly got offended by that and thought, oh no, I need to delete this comment from the post because if I don't do it, then other people, they're gonna cry. Is what happened there. So they removed it. And then they had the audacity to try and pull the wool over my eyes and say it was their system that flagged it up. No, it wasn't. It was probably some twat called Eugene sitting in an office somewhere with glasses that are as big as his fucking mother's arsehole, as big as Uranus, sitting there with his 25 stone self eating a double cheeseburger with a nice light fluffy milkshake to wash it down with, getting offended is what it probably was. Hi there, my name's Eugene and I can't move from my chair because I'm too big, you see, and I'm on a diet, so that's why I've got a light fluffy milkshake to save the calories. Really, there's more calories in the milkshake than the damn burger, Eugene, and you have the damn audacity to take my post off of MUFON's page? Really? Really? But it's not just MUFON that have pissed me off this week. No, it's not just MUFON. It's just the amount of people that get offended by things that don't need to get offended by. It's ridiculous. The amount of snowflakes out there that get so hoity-toity and uppity over things that you would normally find funny. You know, it's like I'm one for if it's really icy outside and it's been raining and there is sheet ice out there, and I see someone, you know, trying their hardest. Let's just pick a 22-year-old bloke, no visible disabilities, you know, got both his legs, got both his arms, got half an ear missing. That's why people call him Van Gogh, you see. But he decides to try and walk to work on this icy day. And if I see him stack it, if I see him fall over on ice, you know what? I'm going to find that funny. That's natural. I'm going to laugh, you see. And if I just happen to catch it on camera because I'm doing this and someone slips over there and that's a complete mistake, someone's going to end up saying, oh, you can't film that. You can't laugh at him. Yes, I can. It's called Schadenfreude. Or Schadenfreude, whatever you want to call it. It's laughing at other people's misfortunes. And I called it on camera. I tell you what, there's a program called You've Been Framed that makes an absolute killing on other people's misfortune. You see? And yes, some of them are not funny because some of them are children genuinely getting hurt or car crashes and stuff. But I'm not offended by that. You see, if you want to send a video of, you know, a car crashing into a lamppost for 250 quid, fine. Not a problem. I'm not going to complain about it because just that's the nature of the beast. It really is. People get offended way too. If you're going to get offended by something, this is what you should get offended by. Be offended by people's body odor. Be offended by someone that farts next to you on the bus. Be offended by someone that farts next to you in an elevator, because that's just wrong on so many different levels. You want to be offended by people, be offended by that one person who is standing in the queue for McDonald's that knows what they want, but they're faffing about it for 5 minutes and there's only one person serving. Be annoyed with that person. Don't be annoyed over silly things though. You know, don't be a snowflake. Don't melt. Don't be a melt. We're in a society today where you're not allowed to say the word bollocks or arseholes without someone turning around and getting all high and mighty about bad language. And don't get me wrong, swearing isn't the best thing to do. It's not a great use of English language. Don't get me wrong, you see, but if I'm having a private conversation on the telephone and someone says to me, Chris, I've won the lottery, I'm gonna genuinely shout out, fuck off. No, you haven't. Yes, I have. I've won the lottery. Fucking bollocks, mate. Yeah, of course you have. Someone's gonna get offended by that because they're a snowflake. See, now I'm blurting it out. You know, snowflakes are everywhere, people. All I'm gonna say is use a certain amount of common sense. Don't get offended by everything. And if you see someone who is a snowflake, give them a hug and tell them to fuck off. Love you.